SGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, looking at the sun and recovering from what turned out to be some pretty chilly morning temperatures this morning. Kind of following suit as to what happened over the weekend, where we had quite a bit below average as far as our temperatures go, and the nighttime temperatures dipping down as well. We should be right around 54 degrees for a low temperature, and we had not only a lot of 40s, but we did see a few 30s floating around, especially inland in the central part of the state and in northern Michigan. Starting off this morning, the back 40 in Richville, I was looking at 38 degrees. Fairgrove also at 38, Mount Pleasant 38, Pigeon at 38, Munger coming in at 38. Ithaca and Freeland dropped down to 37 overnight. Linwood had an overnight low early this morning of 33. West Branch was looking at 32. McBain looking at 30 degrees. So that just kind of gives you an idea of how chilly it was out and about. The Grayling area also looking at temperatures right around 30 degrees. We did see some unofficial high 20s in northern Michigan, but that was to be expected. There was some frost and freeze warnings that were up overnight last night all across northern Michigan, and it looks as though we're still going to get some of that tonight. It is going to be clear for the most part. We are going to be looking at temperatures dropping down, but here in the immediate Great Lakes Bay area, we're not expecting our temperatures to get much below 45, 46 degrees. So quite a bit warmer tonight than what it was last night. Everybody, I think, for the most part, had a chance to see the full corn moon. Matter of fact, it was kind of different to be up and around about midnight, 1 o'clock, and see how bright it was. Skies were perfectly clear. There was literally no wind at all. Very chilly air. It was a good fall night for a lot of folks if you wanted to go out and enjoy that full moon. Few records were set early Sunday morning and also this morning, especially up north, although Flint did break a record low yesterday morning when they dropped down to 36. Our record of 37 is from 1951 and tied in 1979 today. We're not going to show any of that even getting close to record low temperatures. Matter of fact, Sunday morning, we had an overnight low of 42, so didn't really have anything to worry about there. The record low on Sunday was 36, and that was set back in 1986, and we were a good 8 to 10 degrees above that record. Right now, Matthew, what are we looking at as far as temperatures here in the Great Lakes Bay area?
Currently, over at the airport, it's sunny at 58. Over in Midland, it's sunny at 59. Here at Radio Center, it's also sunny at 59. We have south winds at 3 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 30.37, and it's steady.
We're looking for a high temperature of 70 degrees. We might even work our way up to about 72 by the time the day is all done. Mostly sunny skies. Clear skies tonight, as I said, not as chilly. Looking for a low of right around 48. Tomorrow, plenty of sun. 76 for a high, 54 for a low. So as you can see, we're beginning to warm up just a little bit. On Wednesday, we'll see a few more clouds around, but that temperature is going to be moving up pretty close to 80 degrees for a high temperature on Wednesday. A weak front is going to be crossing northern Michigan during the day on Wednesday. So that means a few clouds around here, but I don't see any chance of any precipitation at all out of that passage. 80 for a high on Wednesday, 51 for a low on Wednesday night. Then on Thursday, once again, sunshine, upper 70s for a high, clear skies Thursday night with a low of 52. A high pressure over Kentucky and Tennessee is going to be the reason why things are going to be pretty quiet as far as clouds go, and quite warm, because on Friday we're going to be looking at sunshine and 80. Saturday and Sunday, we're looking at low 80s to upper 70s during that period of time, with nighttime lows as we move into the week, especially on Wednesday. Will only drop down to about 55, 56 degrees for a low on Wednesday night. And then Thursday, we're going to be looking at 53. Friday, 58. Saturday and Sunday, 58 degrees as well. So if we're looking for a few more growing degrees, we're going to pick those up as we work our way through the work week. And long term, to take us all the way through the 21st, the above average temperature trend is going to continue with below average precipitation readings. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Matthew, who do we have today?
Coming up next, we have Gary Kaufman from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
Well, before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at RoofMax. AskBenHow.com. That's the web address you should be going to. The telephone number is 989-859-6751. Why should you go there? Well, you maintain your equipment. You take care of your car. You take care of your lawnmower. You take care of a lot of things. Many people just simply seem to forget a roof needs some care too. And that's where Ben and RoofMax delivers. He's going to take a look at your roof. It's a free roof assessment. All you got to do is call him, 989-859-6751. And when he gets there, takes a look at it, you just might have to have some roof work done. Or maybe you won't. No roof is entirely free, even though it's like practically brand new, because Mother Nature is going to work on that roof. And sometimes she'll do some strange things to it. And you'll wind up not only with some messed up shingles, but you're very possibly going to be looking at a leak. So get a hold of Ben. And if he is going to check it all out, he might recommend not a new roof, but the RoofMax process, which restores flexibility and extends the life of that roof. It's going to save you a lot of money and one big headache down the road. It's safe and it's quick, and it comes with a transferable warranty. Check them out today. AskBenHow.com, because a little care today can save you a whole lot tomorrow. We say good morning to Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. Gary, hope you had a nice weekend.
I sure did. Hopefully you did as well, Terry.
Sure did. A little bit on the cool side, a little bit on the windy side. Yeah, we didn't have to worry about working outside and sweating at all. I'll tell you that.
No, that's true. Very true.
But there was a lot of work to be done. Speaking of work to be done, what's going on with the guys in Chicago?
Boy, yeah, it's just it's very limited headlines again this morning, Terry. We've clawed our way back to positives across the board. Corn and beans were down negative most of the morning here, but towards the noon hour here, we got a positive. Wheat's actually leading the way up 3 right now, but no specific reasons on anything. We're looking at the USDA report here on Friday. We're going to get an update on yields and see if it's going to be an increase or a decrease based from our August report, Terry. So that'll be what the market's going to focus on here as we work our way through the week. So
as far as what you got on the board right now, Gary, what are you looking at?
Yeah, we're looking at cash wheat up 3 right now, Terry, at 492 on the white, 417 on the red. New crop for 26 up 3 as well at 549 on the white, 464 on the red. Cash and new crop corn, let's call it up a penny right now at 353, and cash and new crop soybeans also up a penny, Terry, at 943.
Keep it going.
I'll try my best.
All right. Gary, you take care. Have a good day. All right.
Yep, you as well. Thanks, Terry.
Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. A little bit more in depth as far as what the markets are doing. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining me. The market report brought to you by Thumb Bank, working with agriculture since 1895. Locations, 13 of them throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay Area. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. And by Ed Raymond's. Quality clothes, great affordable prices. You're talking Carhartts, Red Wing shoes and boots, Stormy Cromer accessories. They've got them. And they're ready for fall. Are you? Might be an excellent time to stop down to 151 West Broad Street in Chesaning and check out the full line of what Ed Raymond's has. It's amazing what they all have in that store. And every time I turn around, it looks like they've got more square footage of merchandise, whether it's the shoes, whether it's the clothes, whatever. Check them out. Stop by edraymond's.com if you want more information on them online. Or, as I said, 151 West Broad Street in Chesaning. Remember, they're open 7 days. Doug Klein, good morning.
Well, good morning.
How are we doing this morning?
Well, a lot of green this morning. The NASDAQ composite hit an all-time high today. So did gold. Gold got up to 36.35 on the high today. Backed off a little bit, but not really too bad. Also, O'Reilly Automotive hit an all-time high today. They're just cranking it out. So things are just wonderful here in Wall Street, I guess. But anyway, here's your numbers. September corn is $3.99 1/4, up 1/4 of a penny. December corn $4.18 1/2, up 1/2 a penny. November soybeans $10.27 1/2, up 1/2 a penny. January soybeans $10.45 1/2, unchanged. September wheat is $5.02, up a penny, and December wheat $5.22, up 2 3/4. The crude oil is $61.84, up 66 cents. Heating oil is $2.30 1/2, that's up 2.8 cents. Gasoline $191.04, up 7/10 of a penny. Natural gas is $3.11 1/2, up 6.7 cents. Order currencies: Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.3822 Canadian, that's unchanged. The dollar buys 147.60 yen, that's up 22 ticks. The euro's at 117.47, up 30 ticks. And the dollar's at 97.55, down 22 ticks. Gold is at $36.3290, up $19.70. Silver's $41.78, up 70 1/2 cents. Platinum is $14.0260, up $2.70. And copper's at $448.65, up 4/10 of a penny.
All right. And again, that gas, wholesale gas, where were we?
Yeah, just a shade under 191.
Wow.
Yeah.
So with the tax and everything else,
They could do better. I mean, it's okay, but they could do better.
Well, I think we're impressed because we're below $3, but
yeah,
I agree with you. I think we could do a little bit better. Oh, well, we'll work on them.
Yeah, right.
Yep. Talk to you later.
Okay.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. Now's the time to be taking a look at fall, Mr. Farmer. You know, there's some things you're going to want to do. There's harvest, there's one thing, and then there's getting that seed bed ready to go. Well, the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain, they can help. They've got a great selection of products to help you out, and they are your Dairyland Seed headquarters. So now is the time to be working ahead just a little bit. Vic Huffer, he's got plenty of advice for you. He'll answer the questions you might have. Remember, serving you is their business, and they've been doing it since 1983. Freeland Bean and Grain. Let's find out what's going on out in the sugar beet fields these days. Rob Stoutenberg joining me right now. The market report brought to you by the folks at Foster Blue Water Oil and Blue Flame Propane. Rob, good morning.
Morning, Terry. How you doing?
Hey, not too bad. Chilly weekend, but it looks like things are Well, things are heating up just a little bit as far as getting some beets in. How's the early dig going so far?
It's going really well. I'm actually standing in the field right now where we're looking at two different toppers. One has scalpers on the back trying to see what they can do, but overall, topping or defoliation has been going really well this year.
A lot better than last year, huh?
Absolutely. I mean, last year we had disease, drought, the heat. I'm really liking these cooler temperatures. You know, we got some higher 80s coming later on this week. It might make those tops a little bit rubbery, but whatever the challenge, we'll get through it.
And at this stage of the game, it doesn't look, even though we will be looking at some 80s and some mid to upper 50s, I don't think that's going to slow us up at all, is it?
No. It might make some difficult fields a little bit harder to defoliate, but we'll get through it. I mean, if it gets super hot, try defoliating early in the morning when it's nice and crisp out.
So any suggestions for our growers now as we move ahead? I mean, it's going to be a little bit before we start piling.
Right. Yeah, they'll be next month. I would say as guys are in the field defoliating, keep an eye on your beets. And if they're looking a little bit hairy, go back and double top them again.
All right. Good advice, Rob. We'll talk to you again next Monday, okay?
All right. Thanks, Terry.
Oh, you bet. Rob Stoutenberg with Michigan Sugar Company. Coming up next, Matthew, who do we have?
Coming up next, we have Jerry Samolsky from the Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville.
But first, this.
Soil prep for next year begins as soon as the harvest is over. Don't miss out on nutrients you can return to your soil. Applying a Dairy Dew compost blend accelerates the conversion of crop stubble into next year's plant food. That remaining plant material is full of nutrients you want to return to the soil. Dairy Dew blends from Morgan Composting, like K2, Gypsum Plus, and Layer Ash Blend with Gypsum, helps with decomposition, releasing those nutrients for next year's crops while also adding good biology and other missing nutrients to your soil. Like a lot of things right now, supplies are limited, so contact Morgan Composting to place your order for fall and lock in your price now. Crops don't wait. The seasons don't wait. You shouldn't wait. Address soil health now for better yields next year. Not sure which is the best Dairy Dew compost blend for your fields? Contact a soil health expert at Morgan Composting for a consultation and soil testing. Call today or visit dairydew.com to learn more.
Before we move on, definitely want to mention here to you that Foster Blue Water Oil can easily accomplish your fuel, propane, lubricants, diesel exhaust fluid, and energy needs. It's all under one roof. All you got to do is visit online at fosteroil.com or call today to learn more about how they can best service you, because they've been family owned and operated for over 80 years. Experience, integrity to keep you moving forward here in the harvest season. That's Foster Blue Water Oil. Along with me, Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. And Jerry, what should we be doing right now?
Terry, there's years past, there's been a campaign called Fall is for Planting, and now is a great time to get anything planted. Your grass seed, trees and shrubs. Evergreens in particular, if you want to start planting evergreens, we should have those in the ground by the end of October for sure. But now is a great time to move evergreens and get everything going. So, a lot of everything can get happening, Terry. Making sure we keep the weeds out of the bed so we don't get more seed and more vegetative growth coming up next spring. So. A lot of things to do in the garden right now.
And the other thing, too, is if folks do want to plant some trees this fall, obviously we can't dig right now, but at least they could get an idea of what the leaves look and then possibly here in about 3 weeks, how they color out.
That's right, Terry. And so, looking at what you might want to be planting in your yard is always a good thing. But evergreen trees, now we're digging evergreens. The leafy trees will start digging again once they start dropping their leaves. That's when that dig will start. But fall digging for evergreens is now.
All right. Jerry, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. All right?
Yep.
Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Let's slide over to Mark Seaman right now. One thing, Mark, that we haven't really talked a lot about is soybeans. They've kind of been under the radar because of all the news about the corn and the sugar beets and everything else. But from what I understand, Mark, we're looking at a pretty good growing year here in Michigan.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe it, Terry. It hasn't been excellent or exceptional, but I think we've done pretty good. Had some challenges along the way, but I think we're coming into the end of this season with a pretty good crop. We've had some opportunities to pick up a little bit of moisture here and there, and that's still doing a lot of good for the soybeans. Even the soybeans that are the most advanced in maturity, that are starting to yellow, even drop some leaves, they'll still benefit from getting some moisture and pick up a little bit of seed size.
How are we looking as far as pod count and pod size?
Yeah, those things look pretty good as you look out in the fields. Soybeans can be a little deceiving as we try to count pods and count number of plants. And it seems like it would be really simple math to get an idea of yield, but it's always a challenge this time of the year because of that. The big issue is seed size and how many beans will be per pound. So that's really a challenge as we try to estimate yield. But some other things that are interesting at this time of the year, Terry, is to kind of evaluate that crop and look at things that are showing up in that soybean plant as we're getting near the end of the season. And some of the things that I'm seeing are things like sudden death syndrome, which is just some mottling of the leaves and things you might not pick up on from the road, but if you walk into the field, you might. And of course, we can't do anything about that in this current crop, but just some things to think about as we think about maybe the next time soybeans will be in that same field. Should we think about how we address that problem, whether it's sudden death syndrome or it's soybean cyst nematodes, or I'm seeing a few soybean aphids in fields this year. So definitely not something we're going to address now, but something to make sure we keep an eye on and think about future management of soybean crops.
And as far as the disease issues, and again, I keep thinking about the soybean cyst nematode. What is research showing? I mean, are we able to control it a little bit with rotation?
Yeah, we're doing a pretty good job of controlling yield loss from nematodes, but the challenge is that we don't see a lot of that yield loss either visually or in yield monitors because they generally are taking only a couple bushels from us, and it's really an unseen loss. So the way to get some kind of handle on that is to do some soil sampling, kind of look at what's happened to the populations in nematodes over the years as you sample compared to the last time you took a sample. But then another important part is something that we call type testing, and that is to look at the nematodes that we have today are overcoming the genetic resistance that we're using to try to control the yield loss. So in most cases, we find these nematodes that are able to overcome this PI 88788 source of resistance. And that's just a challenge and something we need to think about as we order seed for the next soybean crop, which of those source of resistance fits best for each field. Becoming more complicated than we can do at a quick radio discussion, but definitely something to think about as we have some time to make plans for the next soybean crop.
Mark, thanks a lot for the information. We really appreciate it. And obviously, once we roll into harvest, we'll want to chat again, okay?
That sounds great, Terry.
All righty. Mark Seaman. He works with our soybean growers here in Michigan. Along with us right now, Jerry Reif, who's our ag-based attorney here in Saginaw. Jerry, understand that here, next week, we're going to have a little get-together?
Yes, we are. We're going to have our How to Protect Your Stuff workshop. It's free, of course, and it's going to be at the Capocco building, now run by Elga, but it's just south of McCarty and just west of Bay at 3262 Cabaret Trail. So what we're going to be talking about is, are you prepared? You know, there's always new rules. There's always family situations change. So we like to suggest that even if you've done your planning, and it did it 5 years ago, take a look at it. I mean, you go for a physical, you hope you come away from a physical with a clean bill of health, and that's terrific. Same with estate planning. You know, you want to keep it current. That's very important because things change all the time, and there's a lot of issues. Taxes are different than they used to be, especially estate taxes and gift taxes. I mean, the individuals that are listening right now tend to be the coaches, you know, or the quarterbacks for the football team. We use a football analogy for this time of year. But if they're the quarterback, we need to know from them what their goals are. Once we know that, then I, as a coach, can develop those situations where they succeed and perpetuate the family legacy or whatever they're trying to do. A lot of things to talk about: revocable trust, irrevocable trust, powers of attorney, medical powers of attorney, different will types, and that thing. But maybe you're trying to avoid probate. Maybe you shouldn't. There's sometimes when it can be a real plus for family harmony and whatever else it takes with a judge's gavel. You're trying to figure out ways to protect your stuff from the government and the nursing home. You have to be proactive. This is a free country, but you need to take care of your own life and whatever you've accumulated to protect your legacy and your family. So we're going to be doing this seminar. We'd have you call at 989-790-1461 or go to jerryrifelawyer.com. You want to see a video? We have one there, fairly current. It's certainly current for the new rules. And so again, the phone number is 989-790-1461.
Very good, Jerry. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you again next week, okay?
Yes, we will. Thank you.
You bet. Jerry Rife. We'll be right back. Are you upset with your current planter performance? Are you considering buying a new planter but blown away from sticker shock? With Precision Planting's V-Set, V-Drive, and Delta Force, we can retrofit your old planter to outperform any new planter on the market. Then access all your data from planting to harvest easily with Field View. Call PC Ag Solutions today and get your parts ordered, installed, and ready to go for the upcoming growing season. 989-868-4444. PC Ag Solutions.
Farmers need a grain bin, equipment, a new farm shop, or cattle barn? United Producers Credit Services has been serving the lending needs of farmers since 1932 and now offers a flexible leasing program with 100% financing, flexible terms, and added tax benefits. Even the upfront project costs like concrete, plumbing, and electrical can be included in the entire financing package. To learn more, call United Producers Loan Officer Ashley Culp at 989-430-3424 or visit uproducers.com.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Michigan Truck Spring of Saginaw, your complete parts and service headquarters for light, medium, heavy-duty trucks and trailers, as well as buses and recreational vehicles. Quality parts, quality service, very competitive prices for well over 45 years. Michigan Truck Spring at 800-358-4751 or buy online at truckspring.com. And don't forget, Monday through Friday, that service area is open until 11 p.m. Back at 12:30 with an update. We now conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.